everyone! Welcome back to Little K Artistry. I'm Little K and I am in my studio getting ready to do another one of my abstract cellism pieces. I know a lot of you have been watching them and you really love to watch how they form, and I do too. This one is going to be a base of neutrals and greens, going for a more natural look this time. Just a real quick one. I wanted to show you all how just amazing this is with the pouring medium and the different colors, and then the top layer that makes the cells, and then blowing out and spinning and just watching the magic happen. It really is, oh, there's no word. There's no word to describe. It's just magical. It's not magical, it's science actually, but so I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I will let you know the colors that I'm using as I go. Mostly greens, but I do have some quinacridone Nickel gold, and I do have some Naples yellow and Titan buff, but the others are mostly just versions of different colors of green, so I want to make it look really pretty. So here we go. I'm going to put a base layer down of Naples yellow and Titan buff. Just to start with, this is the Naples yellow. It's a very warm, real pretty, almost a fleshy color yellow. It's the base of a lot of my abstract cellism pieces is this color because it's just so pretty. Naples yellow, beautiful. Okay, so there's some Naples yellow. And then I also want to do some Titan buff. These are both, the Titan buff and the Naples yellow are both golden fluid acrylics. As I mentioned in a previous video, the golden fluid acrylics are fantastic for this particular style of painting. For whatever reason, I don't know the secret to their formula in the fluid acrylics, but it looks really, works really nicely with this pouring medium, this type of effect. It looks nice with it. So there's the base. I'm going to put a little bit of green gold. This is Goldens. A little green gold. I want this to be mostly lighter colors because the top layer is the black and that provides some of the dark. So these other greens, I'm only going to put a little bit of these darker colors on. I do want to have Viridian green. It's one of my favorites. It's just so pretty. So we'll dribble a little Viridian green on here. Isn't that beautiful? Just a little. I like the chromium oxide green too, which is a very soft, almost a neutral green. It's a little bit darker, so I don't want to use very much of it. I don't want to darken up the canvas too much. And then right now, before I put on these other greens, I do want to use a little bit of the quinacridone Nickel gold. Just a little bit. A little bit of a issue with my spout in this one. Sometimes it gets a little piece of goo in there, clogs the spout so the paint doesn't come out very easily. There we go. Just gonna clear that out. That's a little better. This is the quinacridone Nickel gold. This color is no longer available. That'll make it real pretty. This is this little piggy. Echeveria. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. This is a pigment. So this is going to give the final piece a little bit of a shimmer. I do like to add at least one pigment. For that reason, it does kind of shines it up a little bit. Tiny bit of emerald green. There's a lot of green going on here, huh? Not typically a green person as far as artwork goes, but I do love green in nature. This is my favorite green in the world. This is sap green. It is a dark green, so I'm not going to use a whole lot of it. Just going to use a little. There we go. Okay, then we're going to add the top layer. And then we'll blow it out. See if we can't get this top layer to spread out evenly across the layer of paint and create some nice cells for us. Hopefully, if we did this right, we get to watch some magic happen. I'm just forcing that top layer to go down through. Blowing it out over the top. Once we have a good amount of it spread out, that is when we start the spinning. Watch the cells appear. See, now you'll see the black is starting to spread out, and now there are cells that are appearing. So what I'll do is make sure there's no bubbles. And then sometimes we need to blow a little bit more down on it. We're just trying to force that black layer. You just want to force the black layer down through, because that's what forms the cells. To catch the excess. As I've said in previous videos, I save this and I run it through one of my little, wow, that's pretty, one of my little filters, and get all the bits and pieces out of it. And then I like to use it for a base. I'm just going to add a little extra color here along the edges so that these pieces will finish moving, because they're getting stuck a little bit on the edge, and I want those cells to keep forming and going off the edge. There we go. Okay. I'll spin it this way this time. So like I said, I do put this through a strainer to get any bits and pieces out of it. Sometimes as I'm scraping off my spinner, there are dried pieces from previous paintings that get stuck in the paint, and of course I don't want those in a new painting, so I will strain this before I use it again. Okay, so wow, that's very pretty. See all those beautiful cells? So there's a little bit in the middle here that hasn't quite settled. It will settle more. And you'll see more of those cells that will pop up over time as it starts to cure and dry. I don't want to spin too much because the cells are starting to elongate, which is what I want. I love it when they get stretched like that. But I want to see if I can form a few more cells in the middle here just to help it out a little. And all I'm doing is forcing that black layer that's a little bit heavier down through, and see everywhere I blew on it, there are cells coming up. There we go. And over time, as this settles and more of the cells form, those black areas will fill up with green cells. This is so earthy to me. This is just like, it feels like wandering through a thick forest. This abstract cellism, these colors are among some of my favorites to do this style with, because it does remind me of walking through the cool forest in the evening. And I do get a lot of my inspiration from my paintings, from nature and being outside. I've spent a lot of my time, especially in my childhood, outside. And I grew to have a very deep love and respect for nature and the woods especially. There you go. Pretty amazing. And like I said, as this cures and sets and the colors relax a little bit, you'll see that there are, in the final piece, there will be more cells in that middle area. See if I can help it along a little. It's pretty. There we go. It's filling up a little bit better now. So pretty. Let me test the depth. Let's see how deep it is. Oh, perfect. Perfect. What do you think of that? It's like walking through the woods on a cool summer night. Just so beautiful. Let me know what you think of this. This is I believe this is a 12-inch canvas. Some of these abstract cellism pieces look just phenomenal on the smaller sized canvases. You can really get the beautiful detail of all the cells. I'll post some pictures of this once it's finished settling, and you'll be able to see almost all that black is gone now. You'll be able to see all the multicolored cells. They're just, you can see all of the different colors that were used. And there's just a hint of that quinacridone nickel azo gold in there, just a tiny, tiny hint, which is exactly what I wanted. So there you go. That's abstract cellism. It doesn't matter how many times I create these, every single time it blows my mind. I love these cells. There's just millions of multicolored cells. Just love them. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Share, comment, let me know where you're coming from, or wherever you're watching this from, what country you're in, what state you're in. If you're in the US, I'm in the US. I live in Maine, central Maine. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. I always have fun when I come in my studio. So thank you very much. Mwah! Thank you. Have a beautiful day.